Hi guys, I am Katie from ATL Pelvic Health, and today we are going to go over how to connect with your pelvic floor and how to work on getting that full range of motion of both engaging your pelvic floor and releasing your pelvic floor. So Gabby is going to be our model today, and I'm going to take her through a few different exercises. We are going to use a disc for her to sit on. If you don't have a disc at home, you can roll up a towel and sit on a towel roll, or you can just do it on the edge of your reformer or sitting on the edge of a chair without the disc. So let's have you go ahead and sit on this. And the first thing we're going to start with, which is really important when we start to think about how to connect with our pelvic floor, is really working on our diaphragmatic breathing. And so with our breathing, what I like to do is have you place your hands on your rib cage, right at your bra line. And then you're going to take a full breath in through your nose, and as you inhale, you're going to really let your stomach expand. Good, and then just slowly exhale out. Imagine like you're blowing out birthday candles. Great. And then you're going to inhale again, and if you can see, her ribs are opening really nicely out to the side, almost like an umbrella is opening up underneath her rib cage, and then just slowly exhaling out. So let's take a couple of more breaths here. As she inhales, what's happening with your pelvic floor is it's actually releasing and dropping down. So you may start to feel a sensation of opening around your pelvis. You can envision your sit bones that you're sitting on are widening. And if you're sitting on a towel roll or on a disc or something, you might actually feel the skin of your pelvic floor or your perineum area kind of start to be heavy on that disc or towel. So this is a great way to start just to connect with your breath and to connect with your pelvic floor. It's really important when we're thinking about your pelvic floor to feel that full range of motion, so feeling that full release. And then just gently exhaling it out. We can then start to bring some more awareness to the pelvic floor, so you're inhaling, letting everything open, releasing. And then as you exhale, imagine like you're lifting a bean up through the opening of your vagina. And then when you inhale, imagine like you're dropping that bean. Letting it all go, ribs are opening up wide. Good, let's do that one more time. So you're gonna take a full breath in through your nose, rib cage is expanding. Belly is moving all the way around in 360 degrees. And then you're gonna exhale, imagine lifting that bean up through your center. And then imagine releasing that bean, letting it all go. Great. So now we're just going to add in a little bit of some pelvic mobility and movement, and we're going to go into some pelvic clocks. So what we're going to have Gabby do is we're going to have her tilt her hip bones forward. Good. And then we're going to roll over to our right hip, circle the pelvis around towards the left side, and then back through. So keep moving your hips in this circular pattern. With your breath here, I want you to just have air moving in and out of your body. So just inhaling maybe for half of the circle, exhaling for the other half of the circle. Just bringing some awareness and opening up your pelvis a little bit more. Good, and now let's reverse your circle. So now you're gonna go in the other direction. Continuing your breath. Feeling your pelvis open as you inhale and feeling a little bit of a lift as you exhale. Perfect. We'll do one more circle around. And then come through center. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is start to connect a little bit more with our pelvic floor in this seated position. So I'm going to have you bring your hands together. You're going to press your palms together. This is to engage your lats through your shoulders, which help to support your glutes, and your glute muscles in the back of your hips are going to be really supportive for your pelvic floor. So we're kind of getting this full body engagement as you press the arms together, or the hands together rather. And then what I'm going to have you do is you're going to take a full breath in. So think release and opening of the pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, imagine like you're lifting that bean up and in as you march one foot off the ground. Good. And then you're gonna inhale, release, let everything open up as the foot lowers back down. And then we're gonna switch sides. So then you're gonna exhale, zip up through your midline as you march one foot up. Beautiful. And then lower back down. So if you are sitting on an unstable surface like a disc, it's a really nice way to check in to see if you're shifting a lot, leaning to one side. Because our pelvic floor is so important for stability through our core and our center, the more you're able to engage the pelvic floor as you lift, the more stable you're gonna feel through this base of your pelvis. And then between each side, you're gonna fully release, let everything open up, and then re-engage as you switch sides. Good, let's do one more on each side. Full breath in, ribs expand, and then exhale, march. Good, inhale, release, and then exhale, lift. And then when you finish both sides, take a full breath in, let everything release, feel your pelvic floor kind of sink down, and then just let it all out. So a great way to start your Pilates practice, to kind of start to get connected with your pelvic floor, make sure you're feeling both that contraction and that release of the muscles. Also a great way to end your practice. So because your pelvic floor is going to be really in tune to all the core work you're doing on the reformer or during mat class, sometimes it can start to get a little too overactive. And so ending with some deep breathing, feeling that release of the muscle can kind of reset it before you go on with your day.
Excellent. All
Awesome.
very useful. Thank you.
You're welcome.